A car is a better investment than a house is. I would buy a car before I bought a house.
Really?
I think I might buy a boat before, and a boat is like as bad as it gets. A house is because you guys have been hypnotized.
Yeah.
You have been lied to so heavily.
I want to touch on real estate because that's something that my dad's a real estate broker, like basically my entire life.
Yeah.
So it's something I grew up in and it's something I'm fascinated with. So I want to talk about that. This is something that was polarizing to me when I first started following your content a couple years ago, and that's don't buy a house. Since then, I've implemented that and found it to be 100% accurate. Because of a bad deal that I bought when I was like 21, 22.
Right.
And so talk a little bit about that. Why is it bad to buy a house? That goes against literally everything that everybody tells you to do.
Look, houses were made for banks. Okay, houses were not made for people. You need to live somewhere, but you do not need to sign a 30-year note for the place you live in. A house is a ball and a chain that weighs, that's in the cement, and you can't leave it. Okay, you do not want to buy a house. One door is not an investment. One door is a liability.
A liability, yeah, exactly. That was the biggest mindset shift for me because I'd always thought of it as an asset. You buy a house, it's an asset. You don't buy a car because that's
it's
liability.
an asset for assets. A car is a better investment than a house is. I would buy a car before I bought a house.
Really?
I'd buy a boat. I think I might buy a boat before, and a boat is like as bad as it gets. A house is because you guys have been hypnotized.
Yeah.
You have been lied to so heavily. Yeah. Now I know all my real estate friends out there that like a lot of real estate people do business with me. The guys that sell residential real estate. I am not going to convince the whole world that a house is a bad deal. It's so ingrained in people's like, I got to own it. I got to.
But what about equity, Grant? What about equity?
Yeah, I'm going to create equity other places.
Right.
So I don't want.
So to be clear here, we're not. He's not saying don't buy real estate.
No,
that is not.
I own more real estate than everybody watching right now.
Right.
So I own.
Just don't buy where you live.
Don't buy where I live. I don't need to own where I live. What I want to do is I want to own real estate that I can rent to others. I only want to own what pays me every month. Okay, like I don't buy land. Nobody should buy land. That's a speculation. Okay. I would buy land if it was producing oil. And if I was getting a pump every month, right? If I got a check, if I only buy things that give me checks. So now that brings me to the plane because somebody's going to be like, dude, you bought a plane. Plane doesn't pay you. Yes, it does. Plane gets me to the pay. Plane gets me to the network. So when I got on that plane, when I bought the first plane, Jared, our VP of sales, says, we were going through Dallas. I was still flying commercial at the time. And he's like, we met the VP of some company. And he's like, Grant, when you buy the plane, we won't meet the VP of the company anymore. I said, no, we won't, dude. Now we'll meet the owner. Okay? We pay for that plane in 3 months.
Wow.
The first plane was paid for in 3 months. Why? Because I can get to places. Time is money, right? Warren Buffett's bought one house his whole life, his entire life.
Wow.
One $28,000 house. That's not how he made his money. He made his money. He didn't build equity in that. He bought companies, right? By the way, he doesn't invest in the stock market. He buys companies. Yeah. And so he's not a risk taker. He invests in sure things. So the jet gets me to people, that gets me to a network, that gets me to more money.
Yeah. So that's an easy explanation for me then, because every time I say that to somebody, somebody's like, do you own the house you're living right now? Or are you renting? Oh, I'm renting. Oh, it's a great time to buy. I'm like, no, I have 3 or 4 other houses that that I own, but I just rent those out. Like, well, why not just buy the house that you have right now? And then I'm just like, well, I buy where I can rent out, and I rent where I can live. Yeah. And everybody's always questioning me that. So I guess the short answer would be like, ask Warren Buffett, and he'll tell you.
It's just like nobody wants to hear this conversation. I mean, you want to have a 2-hour argument at dinner? Just say, hey, a house is a dumb asset for asses. It was for banks, man. Those houses were built for banks. Yeah. You would not have the banking industry today if it wasn't for home loans.
So what do you invest in then?
The only thing I buy is multifamily or office, possibly office, income-producing properties.
Something that pays you.
They have to cash flow for month one.
Okay.
So
is there a cap rate that you usually look for when
you're? We're not cap rate driven. We're location driven, market driven. Job focused, like markets that the Austins, the Nashvilles, the Tampas, the Orlandos, the Dallases, the Houstons. markets where there's growth. Salt Lake
What do
City.
you think about Vegas right now?
I love Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Vegas. So I like those in multifamily. I do not like them for houses. I hate Vegas for a house.
Yeah.
So those houses will get cut in half again.
And there's so much good stuff today, Graham. I wish honestly I could spend a lot more time, but
Dude.
we need to move on. Talk.
It's your show, dude.
Go
It's
straight
your show.
to-
Do whatever you want. Nobody even knows what time it is.
That's true. That's
Time's
fair.
made up,
I don't
man.
know what time it is.
Where's the sundial? Where's the
Usually
sundial?
that means it's gone longer when I don't really know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's move on to the last segment here, something called the random round. Just a few really quick random questions with some quick random answers. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. What profession other than your own do you think it'd be fun to attempt?
To be definitely the Wall Street hustle would be freaking awesome, dude. The hedge fund thing. Oh my God. I'm coming back as a hedge fund guy, or a rapper, one of the two.
Or
Maybe a rapper that is a hedge fund guy.
if you could sit on a park bench with someone, past or present, talk to them for an hour, who would it be and why?
For an hour, I don't want to talk to anybody for an hour, dude.
All right, let's make it a day.
Because the whole 58 minutes, I'm gonna be like, damn, they're gonna leave here in 2 minutes. You know. I don't know, man. I mean, God, so many people, dude. Like, you know, I'd love to know, you know, from Jesus, hey, what's the real deal, my brother?
Yeah,
You know,
that's the real deal.
why the one pair of sandals? I'd like to know, man. Look, like, hey, what's the real story here, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of guys like that, you know. Kennedy, I'd love to talk to Kennedy.
How do you like to consume content? Books, audiobooks, blogs, podcasts, videos?
I like to, I particularly, I learn best in a course room.
Okay.
So in a room where there's a course, where there's checkouts, where there's duplication, where somebody's helping me make sure that I am duplicating the data and not missing something.
Give us a glimpse of your morning routine.
Wake up. I wake up. First thing I do is I wake up. I go take a leak. I write my goals down. Try to write my goals down before I take the leak. And then I work out, get a bite to eat, come to work.
What is your go-to pump-up song?
I don't have one.
Don't have one. Do you listen to music ever? More just like
I do.
audio?
I mean, look, I love you know, almost any rap I love, right?
Okay.
So Till I Collapse, I love that song. But
There we go.
I don't have some gimmick that I use
Right.
to go from 0 to 100.
Okay.
I hear guys talk about, you know, the ice bath and the
Right.
protein drink and this. I don't need all that. Like you want me to go from 0 to 100? Oh, you got to
Done.
say go.
Yeah.
I got go figured out.
What are you not very good at?
I'm terrible. Let's talk about what I'm terrible at.
Okay.
So many things, man. I am horrible at organizing. Now, my closet, my suitcase, my house, everything's tight.
Yeah.
But planning. Planning's probably a better word. Planning things. Like, I'm not a planner. I'm a nuker. So, what am I horrible at? I'm probably horrible at acknowledging people. I don't acknowledge people well enough, you know. So many things, dude. I mean, we could do a whole
Just a
30
long
minutes on
list. Yeah,
just
let's
shit
just
that
have
I'm
another
horrible.
episode.
I'll tell you another thing. I'm horrible on like, I post stuff and I don't double check that it's the
Doing
grammar's
well,
proper.
Okay.
I have bad grammar. I know I have bad grammar.
Yeah.
That's another thing I'm horrible at. You want any more?
No,
I'm
that's
good at sex, though.
Yeah, no.
It's good.
All right, as we get everything wrapped up here, Grant, there's probably a lot of different answers for this question, but what is one place online where we'll be able to find you the most?
Wherever you are.
Wherever you are. That's
Wherever
what I
you
figured the
are,
answer would
you
be.
will find me.
I hear, though, you're not doing as much on Facebook anymore. Is that...
I'm just, you know, I'm trying to have a little battle with them right now.
Okay.
But dude, look, they're throttling me so bad hard on Facebook. Yeah. Like, Facebook is going to implode on themselves for what they're doing. This one thing that they're doing right now, that I have 6 million people following me on Facebook and I have 61 likes on a post that should have 60,000.
Right.
It is so criminal what they're doing.
Because you have insane engagement on Instagram. Right.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, we can post the same thing, same image. So you can see that they're just doing this, right? Mm-hmm. Now, look, you guys can do it. Like, I don't have heartburn about it. Mm-hmm. Nothing's going to change in my life because of it.
Well, the difference is somebody listening didn't spend like 10 million last year on Facebook ads.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And I'm just telling you, like, when you go to a business page on Facebook and you start pushing and promoting on Facebook, they're going to throttle you to force you to advertise. what that will do, and it's been proven over time, is people will figure out another place to go because they're going to get a hard on for Facebook and say, fuck you, I don't need to do this. This is dumb. This is ridiculous. We're in a society now that rebels fairly easily when people are being taken advantage of. So, Mark, good job, bro. Appreciate all that you've done. Phenomenal. Great for you. But this will whiplash on them, like other great industries and business leaders have maybe taken their situation a little bit too far. I think they'll loosen it up in the future, but it's just not fair that I would spend this much time and energy.
Right.
I sound like Trump now. It's not fair. but you built 6 million followers. Right. Give them content every day, and they can't even see the content because they want me to force the ad. I'm already spending money with them. Now I don't want to spend money because I get that bad taste in the back of my mouth.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Well, Grant Cardone, thanks so much for coming on the show today, man.
Dude, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay.